Okay, I see it's 7:00. We have a quorum, so let's get the show on the road. Call the May 10th meeting of the Shelby Township Planning Commission to order and ask the secretary to call the roll, please.
Ms. Gonzalez, absent. Mr. Meredith,
President, Shelby Township.
Mr. Snyder,
Present, Shelby Township.
Mr. Turner,
Here, Shelby Township.
Mr. Apone is absent. Mr. Grott,
Present in Shelby Township.
Chairman Moffett, we have a quorum, and I'm also present in Shelby Township.
Okay, and I am present and also in Shelby Township. Next item is approve the agenda. If there are no additions or subtractions, I'll entertain a motion.
So move.
Support.
Moved by Moore, support by Turner. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next item is approve of the minutes from the April 26th meeting.
Go move.
Support.
Moved by Turner, support by Meredith. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, this evening, this may be a quicker, given our most recent track record, this might be a little quicker evening for us. We have 3 site plans. First one, site plan number 21-15, Frank DePonio. If the petitioner or representative is here, if you could state your name, your address, and then just a brief description of what you're requesting that's in the site plan.
Good evening. I'm Pete Snyder from Urban Land Consultants, 8800 23 Mile Road, Shelby Township, Michigan, representing the applicant. The site is that's on a small private drive on the north side of 23 Mile Road between Mound and Van Dyke. The unit is 1.1 acres and it's zoned LM, and we're proposing an LM building. The same applicant and the same architect were involved a couple of years ago in Unit 5, and then last year in Unit 7, and now it's time for Unit 6 in the middle. So I've got a copy of the planner's comments and read through them this afternoon. I didn't see anything there that we can't handle in fairly short order in terms of a modified plan. So I'm available for any questions, but it looks like a very straightforward site plan from my standpoint.
Great. And so this building will mirror the other 2 that have been previously built?
Yeah,
Or very similar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a light industrial space for someone to come in and lease. Yes.
Okay, great. To the planner, Ms. Misich, what were your comments?
Just minor comments, Chairman Moffett, technical comments that need to be noted on the site plan, but for the most part, like Mr. Snyder said, that this is consistent with our master plan, with our zoning ordinance. No variances are required, and there's no issues that would prohibit him from proceeding forward with the plan.
Okay, great. To the board, does anyone have any questions or comments? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Chairman,
Mr. Turner.
I'll move to approve site plan number 21-15, Frank DePonio for DNR Land Development LLC, Unit 6 of Simone Industrial Center, located north of 23 Mile Road between Van Dyke and Mound Road, based on the applicant submitting revised plans addressing all department and engineering comments.
Support.
I got a motion by Turner, support by Grott. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. Commissioner Turner?
Yes.
Commissioner Grott?
Yes.
Commissioner Meredith?
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Good luck.
Thank you very much. Have a great night.
Next item is site plan number 19-02, Blake Zepsinski, Stonefly Group LLC. Is the petitioner or representative here?
Yeah, my name is Dan Reno. I'm representing Blake Zapinski from.
Can I get your address, please?
50500 Design Lane, excuse me, Shelby Township, 48043.
Okay. So what are you requesting of the body, and if you could describe in light detail.
Yep, we have a 1.89 acre parcel of land on Design Lane. We want to build a light manufacturing 30,000 square foot building on that property. Straightforward. We've reviewed the site plan review comments. Didn't see anything that we couldn't handle on there. There is there's really not a whole lot to this building. I think that's about it. I don't really have a whole lot to add on the description.
Okay, that's fine. Ms. Misich, your comments.
Yeah, thank you, Chairman Moffett. So again, this is another industrial site on Design Lane. These surrounding properties are all light manufacturing as well, so it's consistent with our master plan. And as you see, there are some site plan review comments. However, those have all been taken care of. Mr. Renaud has submitted this site plan back in 2019 and didn't move forward on this project until now. So we did a preliminary review, and all those items have been addressed in the department comments and also the engineer's comments for the most part.
Okay, great. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for the petitioner or the planner?
No.
See, no one's jumping. I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chair,
Commissioner Moore.
I move to approve site plan number 19-02 for Blake Zebzinski for Stonefly Group LLC, parcel number 23-07-23-129-023, located south of 23 Mile Road, east of M53 Freeway, based on the applicant submitting revised plans addressing all the department and engineering comments.
Support.
And so motion by Moore, support by Meredith. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none. Commissioner Moore.
Yes.
Commissioner Meredith.
Yes.
Commissioner Turner.
Yes.
Commissioner Grott.
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder.
Yes.
And the chair votes yes. Good luck.
Thank you very kindly. I appreciate your time.
Okay, and the final item we have this evening is site plan number 21-14, Dave Constantine, V&D Investments. The petitioner or representative here?
Yes, hi, Frank Salamone, 48701 Hayes Road, Shelby Township, Michigan. I'm the architect for the project.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so what is your client proposing? Yeah, thank you.
They are proposing two multi-tenant industrial buildings, each consisting of approximately 28,900 square feet. Like I said, they're going to be a multi-tenant industrial building, and here to basically answer whatever questions you may have.
Okay. Mr. Fiore, understand that you reviewed this?
Yes, thank you. As Mr. Salmoni said, it's two large multi-tenant industrial buildings, fairly generic as far as industrial buildings go. The properties to the north, south, and west are zoned light manufacturing, as well as this property is. And to the east is a 325-foot wide ITC corridor, which is zoned R1B. That's our single family residential zoning. Before we get into the site plan comments, there's two items I wanted to bring attention to the board and to the applicant themselves. The buildings themselves, as they are, they meet the majority of light manufacturing district requirements, and the tenant spaces lend themselves to small scale industrial uses. So it fits well within the zoning district and the master plan designation for that property. My biggest concern with the buildings themselves is that the exterior of the building is split face concrete block, red and beige. This type of exterior material requires approval by the Planning Commission. So if this were to move forward, it would require preferably some sort of discussion and approval by the Planning Commission. From the planning and zoning perspective, we'd like to see some sort of breakup of that monotonous concrete wall, whether it's with a brick wainscot or brick or stone banded columns on the exterior of the wall. Something to bring up a little architectural variety on that building would be ideal. With that being said, the other concern would be that this property technically requires major 2 screening to the east since it borders a residentially zoned district. This requires a 50-foot buffer, 3 trees every 20 feet, and 4 bushes every 20 feet as well as a landscape berm or a 6-foot concrete wall. Now, with that ITC corridor there,
yeah, Okay,
variance may be reasonable as far as this property goes for foregoing that buffer requirement.
got it.
So with that in mind, my review comments are fairly minor since this property did go through a preliminary review. Sheets C1, L1, and T1 state a scale of 1 inch equals 30 inches. I'm almost positive the scale should probably say 1 inch equals 30 feet. So that should be corrected. And as far as the DT easement, you have to have an agreement to encroach on that 90-foot easement prior to the final site plan being approved. I want to see on the site plan that outdoor storage will not be permitted on the property. And then the other comments come from the Department of Public Works and refer to engineering site plan approval. And then the last comment, like I said before, is for the variance to forego the major 2 screen requirement on this property.
So Mr. Salamone,
Yes.
seeing as the architect, you can kind of defend your choice of materials on the building. What's your response to that?
I think we could do something to decorate it with some masonry materials and whatnot, as far as brick or stone and stuff like that. I think we could definitely dress it up.
Okay. I guess the question to the board will be, is it sufficient that the petitioner work with the planning department to come up with elevations that are acceptable to the community, or do we want to do we postpone this and request to see some more detail? But with that, I'll turn it to the board with questions or comments.
Mr. Chairman?
Mr. Turner.
Yeah, I would follow up on what Mr. Fiore said. He called your project not glamorous. And while I'm not suggesting that you enter a glamour contest, certainly some of the other light manufacturing buildings that we've had have had brick with a brick wraparound with the masonry. What you've got is a pretty much boring, bland cement masonry building that you're painted it red. And what I'm concerned about is that since there is no other building on this side of the district where you're at currently, it's empty field. We would be setting the tone and the precedent for other buildings that would come in. So if you paint your building red, what's to say I come in, I don't want to paint my building Spartan colors, green and white. I think the easier and more direct approach would be to go with a brick on the east elevation with maybe a 35-foot wraparound on the north side, and then paint the rest of it to match the brick. That's my feeling on the whole thing. And I maybe would like to see a little more detail, Mr. Chairman. Come back to us, postpone this.
It's where I kind of like would fall in the same. Yeah, because this isn't like it's close and it needs tweaking.
No.
I mean, it's a pretty blank, and I get it's not, it doesn't have frontage and it's not going to be overly, but it's still, because of the ITC, it's going to be seen by westbound 24-mile traffic, and until the rest of it's built out, it will be noticeable in the community. And frankly, there's a community standard that wherever things are built, that we should hold it to. So,
yep, I agree.
Any other thoughts from anyone?
Just to clarify, we could dress it up with brick and whatnot, but the split face block isn't a painted block. It's a color impregnated block, so it's an actual decorative block. But like I said, we could dress it up with more masonry materials. Not a problem.
Okay. Any other thoughts? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
Chairman?
Mr. Turner.
I'll move to postpone site plan number 21-14 for Dave Constantine for V&D Investments, to give the architect or the applicant time to draw up a new rendering and elevation for the building, adding increased brick and other masonry to decorate that building more than what we have now.
Support.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved by Turner, support by Moore. Any questions on the motion? Hearing none, Commissioner Turner,
Yes.
Commissioner Moore,
Yes.
Commissioner Meredith,
Yes.
Commissioner Grott,
Yes.
Commissioner Snyder,
Yes.
and the chair votes yes. I think we're close, Mr. Salamone. If you communicate that with your
My client?
client, and then try to get you back on the agenda soon.
not a problem. Thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, next item is planning director's report.
Actually, I don't have anything, Chairman Moffett, but I just want to let you know the next meeting is not going to be a 15-minute meeting, so don't get too excited. We have a full agenda on the next one.
Just so you know,
Good morning.
I'm getting a little cough going, so. Okay. Business from the floor. Does anyone wish to address the body? Seeing none, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Moved by Grott,
Or,
support by Turner. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, everyone be well.
Thank you.
Enjoy the sunshine while
Good
we
night.
have it.
Yep.